Scorpio, hello. Welcome to 10-Minute Tarot. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more palatable or digestible time-wise for the everyday tarot viewer. So if you want a longer reading, I have plenty of those. They are timeless because everything is in divine timing. But let's look for some signs, some synchronicities, indicators, circumstances, maybe some features of your new love, right? And this is for singles. If you are in some sort of attachment, if you're in some sort of connection, the only advice I can give you is get out of that. Because if you're half in of something, half out of the other, it's never going to be divine. That's not how divine timing works. Divine timing is about trusting that you can be alone, right? You can spend time in solitude until it's time for you to come together with your twin flame, right? All divine unions are twin flames. Not all twin flames come into divine union because they're, because we're humans and we like to rush things and we like to push things and make things happen. So, but that's not what we talk about here. We talk about the truth, waiting on the truth versus trying to force a lie. All right. So we have some pentacles here. We have a Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, going in opposite directions, King of Wands. Maybe you have gotten out of something with a fire sign and you are sort of using your swords, the sword of truth, like the Queen of Swords does, like the King of Swords does, right? Because the knights fight for the kingdom, and pages are messengers of the kingdom or queendom. But here it's sending a message of truth. Now that might be a literal message, or that could just be holding your power, standing your ground, maintaining a boundary. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords is fast, Knight of Wands are fast. Knight of Cups and Knight of Pentacles, right? The feminine elements are slower. They're more steady, they're deeper, they last longer. So you may be dealing with an earth sign, you might be calling in an earth sign. At the center we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a very solid offer, and that is very earthy. Could be a fellow fixed sign because earth is fixed energy as well. So that's Aquarius, Leo, yourself, and Taurus. And Taurus is fixed earth, so that's like all the earth. They're the most overtly feminine sign, whereas Aries is the most overtly masculine because they are a cardinal fire. All the other ones are in between, are mutable, that match their element. So it's like Pisces is mutable water, but mutable is air and water. It's the undercurrent. It's the more androgynous modality of the elements. So we have the Three of Pentacles. This is coming together in something real. You might be, this looks like a wedding. It kind of reminds me of Braveheart, where, they're kind of sneaking away and just doing their little ceremony in the woods, even though this is in some sort of structure, some sort of man-made structure. With the pentacles there, I do get like the woods, something natural. So you two may have a wedding, you may meet at a wedding, maybe you'll meet at like a themed event that is very, maybe pagan, right? Some sort of like, like pagan bonfire, something where there's wood and, the elements, the natural elements around you. It could be a retreat that you meet at, some sort of healing retreat, because there is a sort of, this person is listening, like, they have a glass vessel, but it reminds me of like when you put a cup on the door to listen to whatever's going on the other side. It's like there's somebody maybe showing you how to listen. So, I mean, this could be like maybe you're doing like a ayahuasca event or some sort of foraging event where you have to kind of listen to nature. You have to listen to, it could be in school as well, because I'm getting organic chemistry. So it's maybe something in like the medical field. Maybe you're going for botany or, to learn how to do like permaculture, or maybe you're going to school to study something, because I do get that there is somebody like teaching you, and then you two might be students of whatever this place is. Now we're always students and teachers, right? Of nature and of the divine. So again, it could just be a gathering of people where, if it's like maybe you're both introverted and you go to this gathering and you're both sort of the ones that observe and sit in the corner, which may be difficult if you're both introverted, because the divine masculine pursues. And so if it's an introverted masculine, they might be leaning more towards their feminine. And if you are the masculine Scorpio is fixed water. That's earth and water. That's double feminine. And so masculine or male Scorpios tend to lean towards a more femininity, just naturally, because of they have this sort of ethereal 5D depth to them that's sort of intangible, like the feminine. And so that can often be the rift there, is that the masculine, if we're talking males, right? But even if it's same sex, it doesn't matter. Masculine pursues, but if the divine masculine is more in their feminine energy, it just might take a little longer, which is Pentacles. So you're not going to be waiting in vain when this person comes in. It's very cold. So I feel like my lips are numb, my fingers are numb. I've got a blankie on my legs here, like an old woman, like a little Afghan here. But anyway, it's when they come in, it's going to be the Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be very solid. We have the Eight of Wands, which is starting a new cycle. It's breaking an old cycle of past lovers. I mean, this person's obviously going to be different than anyone you've ever met. We have the King of Wands again. So maybe you dealt with the King of Wands, or maybe this person, King of Wands is masculine. Could be Aries, could be a fire sign. The Emperor has that energy. They are Aries. And Capricorn sometimes. And we've got cardinal Earth, which would be fire and earth here, which would be maybe Capricorn. All right. So maybe this person maybe the masculine is like fighting off their temptation to rush things, right? Which can be very Capricorn. And so they're wanting to come in right with the Knight of Pentacles. They want to make sure that they come in slow and methodical, and something that's very grounded, that they have something of this world to offer you. Because if they've been in their feminine, I feel like they're going to be very relatable emotionally. 909 on the clock there. Maybe your life path 9. 9 equals 18, which equals 9. Which these are not wanting to flip over. The feminine side of this reading is not wanting to flip over. We have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, and then the Five of Swords with this Three of Pentacles. So maybe you guys already met. Oh, I just got that echo. Like when you're talking into a fan, or if you've like just use like a clipper. This is something that I do. But if you've just used like clippers, and you turn them off, there's sort of like a like an echoey type sound That's very specific, but there could be some sort of like, but I'm getting like an echo, like a warbly sort of echo. So this could be, I mean, it's possible that it's a past life connection, like you guys are already married in the 5D, and now it's coming into the 3D, which is what your twin flame is. But you may have already met, because we're the 5 of Swords, so there could have been you met, then you went your separate ways, there was a disagreement, but the Swords here is this fast energy, this, maybe someone spoke too soon, or Swords can be thought as well, so maybe they misjudged the situation. But we have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles looking at each other. So this King of Wands and this Knight of Pentacles, that we're going in 2 separate ways with the Knight of Swords in between. It's like swords got in the way. Thoughts, words, something about communication got in the way, or blocked with the 5 here, blocked this connection. But now it's like this Knight of Pentacles. So you may have had a conversation. Again, you could have maybe been dealing with an earth sign. Maybe you went in too quickly, or the masculine came in too quickly with all the wands energy. Because with the 8 of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles here. So maybe they came in too quickly. That blocked something in the connection. And so it's like the Knight of Pentacles coming back after the defeat, you know? And they bring the message back, or they bring the news back to the king, right? They have to come back to the king. So it's like they brought that news, like, oh, this queen actually wants a pentacle. They don't want wands, right? So maybe there was, which Scorpio, let's be real, you guys can be very much about the sexuality of it. So with the wands, right, maybe the masculine came in and tried to rush the physical intimacy, and then the Knight of Pentacles is like, no, they want the solid, loyal intimacy, right? They need something a little bit more feminine, a little bit more patient, a little bit more slow and steady and not rushed. So this King of Pentacles is bringing it back to this King of Wands, like, oh, and this King of Wands is with the Ace of Pentacles, and this King of Pentacles is with this 8 of Wands, which I almost stumbled over that and said Ace of Wands. So this person's going to come in with a new, because the 8 of Wands is about breaking a cycle, coming in something new, in a different way. It's doing something differently. We're at 13. Maybe we'll get to 15. Let's just see if there's anything else. So, yeah, we have the 8 of Swords. So worrying about this is, and there's the 10 of Wands. So yeah, there's an ending there. 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. There was a player here. I feel like the masculine in this connection was a bit of a player. The feminine held their ground. I'm not seeing the feminine here at all. Like, the feminine's not having it. The feminine's not going to accept anything until you come in correct. So if you're the masculine, that's what's holding up this connection. And if you're the feminine, just know that with the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, this individual is breaking the cycle. This individual is doing the work. But, you know, it's like old habits die hard, you know. So they are working. They could be a little bit older, you know, these kings here. But we've got double King of Wands, King of Pentacles. You know, and I'm not going to get too far into the nature of a Scorpio, because you guys hopefully know that about yourself. But you're often misinterpreted as being the most fiery of the signs. But you're actually a fixed sign, which is Earth. So it's like the masculine's getting into their nature. If the masculine is the Scorpio, or if you're the feminine Scorpio, they're trying to meet you in your nature, in your natural element. And that could be literally here. I feel like you guys are going to be meeting up in some way that is very natural. I do see like a very, you know, pagan, earthy ceremony of celebration. And that could be where you meet, or that could be your wedding. And maybe you'll meet in something like that, and so your wedding, you sort of model after how you met. And so it will be sort of like a remembrance of that. It feels like a renewal of vows. I mean, you could have, the King of Pentacles again there. You could have been together in this life, or it could be a past life, but it feels like you guys had some sort of ending and you're going to be coming back together. So I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear. Like, you're going to have to just, feminines waiting on change, waiting on a change to come. But know that the change is coming, and know that if you maintain your boundaries and you maintain that patience and you hold that space for the masculine, they will get it together. They're working on it. It's just taking them a little while because it's very much in their element. Maybe if they are a fire sign, maybe it's in their element that they're, or if they're cardinal, it's in their element to sort of be rushy and to like be hyper focused on that fire and that passion, and not realizing that that actually comes from creating a safe space to allow the other individual to open up and truly be intimate. So hopefully there was something in here. We definitely made it to 15. So until next time, I wish you well.